The Apostle Peter declared that Paul's words were hard to understand, and he cautioned that the untaught and unstable distort to their own destruction. This warning certainly applies to Paul's declaration that not all Israel is Israel. We will use ancient methods to uncover the exquisite linguistic artistry of what Paul is trying to tell us. But first, I have to explain something to you, and that is the concept of the remnant, because this passage is all about the remnant. So let me just very briefly explain about the remnant. The remnant has nothing to do with who's saved and who's not saved. It's a selection by God of a small number of people who have a role to play. There will be a great tribulation, such as has not occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will. Unless those days had been cut short, no life would have been saved, but for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. Now, the elect is our word that's referring to a remnant. And you need to understand that now as we go back into Romans to take a look at our phrase, not all Israel is Israel. So we read, they are not all Israel who are descended from Israel, nor are they all children because they are Abraham's descendants. The common interpretation is that most of the Jews are not going to be saved unless they believe in Jesus. That's the most common interpretation of this passage, and it is not correct. What we're going to see when we go into this passage, we're going to see four things. All translations are interpretation. I want you to notice here, they are not all Israel who are descended from Israel. Descended is italics. It means it's been added. Take it out. They are not all Israel who are from Israel. The little preposition from is key because it means out from. So God is making a selection out from Israel. Now we're going to take a look at the artistic play on words. They are not all children because they are Abraham's descendants, but through Isaac your descendants will be named. Now that's in capital letters, which means it's a quotation from the Old Testament. In Hebrew, one word can have two meanings. Let's take a look at one word has two meanings. Through Isaac, your descendants will be named. Now this is the quotation, quoting Genesis 21:12. In the Greek New Testament, it's kaleo, which means to be called. But if you go back to the quotation in the Hebrew Scriptures, it's kara. It has two different meanings. One meaning is to call, just like kaleo is to call. The other is to be called by name or have the name of someone. So Isaac will carry on the name of Abraham. Not only will Isaac carry on the name of Abraham, but he's been called for a special purpose. The special purpose, of course, is to be in the remnant, but let me show you. Because what we're going to do now is number 3 was contrast, which is opposites, and number 4 was dramatic repetition. It is not the children of the flesh who are children of God, but the children of the promise are regarded as descendants. Well, we have opposites. They're opposite. Flesh is worldly, promise is spiritual. Now we have 3 words mean the same thing. We have one word that means children. In Hebrew, it's yeladim. We have one word that means sons, banim. Ben is one son, banim is plural sons. And we have a word that means descendants or seed, and that's zerah. Zerah is singular, it has no plural. Now, let me show you how this play on words goes. Abraham's 2 sons are seed, Ishmael and Isaac. They're both children. Ishmael was not worthy to inherit the birthright or the remnant. And over on that same side, we have children of the flesh who are living in worldly ways. And Ishmael represents those who are living in worldly ways. Now you go over to the other side and you see that Isaac is the one who is worthy of the birthright and will participate in the remnant. And then you look down at children of promise and you see that they're the ones who are living in righteous ways. When we say all Israel is not Israel, what we're talking about is Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. He was Jacob before he was worthy to inherit the birthright, but when God declared him worthy to inherit the birthright, he changed his name to Israel. Not all Israel, not all the people of Israel are worthy to inherit the birthright, just like Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And that's what that passage means. I trust this series on uncovering mysteries in the New Testament has convinced you there is a much greater depth to the gospel of Christ than is currently being taught. If you want to know more, we have a self-study course called Hebraic Methods of Bible Study on Udemy that you can take at your own pace when you are ready.